Hey everyone, I'm Pam and welcome back to Cosmetic DLC. Today I am getting ready to film a video over on my other channel and I just thought I would film the getting ready look. So if you're interested in that, there is construction going on outside. If I'm unable to edit most of that out, I apologize. But later I'm going to be filming a review for the game Eterna Noctis, which is a beautiful Metroidvania and a very difficult Metroidvania. And I wanted a look that went along with it. And this game has a stained glass theme. A lot of the animations and the UI elements look like stained glass. You even have to collect pieces of stained glass for part of it. And I thought this would be a perfect time to use my Clionadh stained glass palette. Clionadh is a Toronto brand that does single sort of multichrome eyeshadows that I've been wanting to try for so long. Finally, one night a couple weeks ago, had a couple glasses of wine, got on the internet, ordered a few shadows, so I'm going to use them today. I got 6 shadows. The ones I was most excited about are these jeweled multichromes here. They have a black base, meaning they're very opaque and intense, but then depending on how the light hits them, their colors look different. And then I forget exactly what the formula of these two are, but these are also just really pretty shimmers, less intense and less multichromatic, but still absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to swatch these for you because they're amazing and I think you need to see them. So to start out with, this is the color Weld. As you can probably see, depending on the light, it is sort of green and then gold and then almost a pink tone. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and swatch it right down here. You see that? Yeah, you can definitely see based on the angle if it's green or if it's pinkish, just absolutely beautiful. The next one I have is the color Smolder, which looks pink, but then has a green flip as you move it around. So here's that one. So yeah, just they're so beautiful and they're so intense. I love them so much. This one is probably my favorite one. This is called Oculus and it looks emerald green, but also has blue and purple shifts depending on how you're seeing it. Oh my God, I love it so much. So yeah, depending on where the light is, just amazing. And then the color that I'm actually going to be using today is called Crown Glass. And this is bluey, magenta-y, just gorgeous, deep shifting colors. So here it is here. So it's more of a purple base, but then with a nice bluey reflect depending. Yeah. So they're all just so incredibly beautiful. I'm so excited that I bought these. They also look amazing on my fingers. And I guess I'll do the other ones. The other ones are, I'm less excited about these. They're still beautiful. This is Torch. I think this is a glitter multichrome, so it doesn't have the dark base like the other ones do, but it still does go from sort of pink to an orangey, peachy kind of color here. And then finally, I have a lighter, sort of just very reflecting light shade, and this one is called Ambient. And this is an iridescent multichrome. Let me just clean up one of my fingers here so I can swatch it. And it looks sort of pinky, bluey, maybe even a little green at times, depending. And I'll go just down here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but it's, let me try a different place. Where can you go? Well, maybe on my finger. It's just a really nice sort of light, something that you can use as a topper or in the inner corner on the brow bone, things like that. So yeah, just beautiful, beautiful colors. I'm excited to use them. I'm going to wash my hand and then we will be right back with the makeup look. So I have done my eyebrows. I've got moisturizer on just to prep my skin. Otherwise, I am barefaced. I'm taking my Milani eyeshadow primer and just going to prime my lid in preparation for this intense little trip they're going to go on. So just all over the lid here and blend it in until smooth. Now, Eterna Noctis is a game about the battle between light and dark. You play the King of Darkness, and he sort of has to battle the Queen in perpetuity. And so the color schemes of the game are very light and dark. So the Queen is sort of like whitish and yellowish colors, and then the King is like a purple color. So all the darkness is represented by purple, but the game often has beautiful blues as well. And it just, I don't know, I feel like this color, this purple color is perfect for it. So just to start off, I'm just going to take a shade from my ColourPop Making Mauve. I'm going to take Big Fig. So it's just a sort of medium, fairly muted purple color. I'm just going to take this through the crease because I'm going to be focusing the multichromatic on my lid. So I'm just going to take it on a big fluffy blending brush. So just, yeah, taking that purple up through the crease, just giving a nice sort of transition between the brow bone and where the more intense color pigment is going to go. This video is going to be a long one. Not this makeup video, the review video I'm working on. It's like almost 3,500 words, which is pretty long for one of my scripts. But to be fair, the game was very long. It took me 73 hours to complete it, which I did think was overstaying its welcome a bit. But there was just so much to say about it because there's just a lot going on in the game. A lot to love, a number of things to criticize, so I figured I would just say it all. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this Crown Glass color here, just with a sort of stubby shading brush. And this works either with a brush or with your fingers. I'm actually surprised how nicely it works with the brush. Usually I find with these kind of shimmers, it's just like so much more intense with your fingers, but it's sort of intense no matter how you do it. So I'm just going to spread it all over my lid. You can see how nice and easily it goes on. It's just super smooth, super pigmented right from the go, like as soon as you touch it to your skin. It's absolutely beautiful. So this is going to be a fairly simple look in terms of technique because honestly the eyeshadow itself is just doing all the heavy lifting of changing shades on its own depending on the light. Just taking it sort of all the way up to the crease and then just slowly blending it in a little bit there. But I'm not really blending it out too much, just making sure it's fully covered. So there we go. Can you, let me actually zoom you in just a little bit. So yeah, I don't know if you can see on screen how much light reflect you're gonna get with this ring light right in my face, but I'll turn it off at the end just so you can see it under different kinds of lights. Now I'm going to dip in just with the tip of my brush and then I'm going to take it under the lash line. So it's just basically encircling the whole eye other than at the very inner corner where we're going to put the iridescent shade. And these are so nice. I can only imagine what it would look like if you used even multiple of these multichromes together. You just have all the colors of the rainbow on your eye, and it would just be so beautiful. Maybe I should do a look like that at some point. But today I really want to go for the blue-purple look. Sorry, the shadow is just so beautiful. I'm just like staring at myself like Narcissus. Just gonna fall into the mirror. Okay, so that's basically it for the main thing. I'm just going to clean up a little under the eyes because I do have a little glitter fallout, and then we'll put on that iridescent one. Okay, now I'm going to just take this iridescent shade that looks white in the pan, but shifts a lot. And I'm going to put this on the inner corner of my eyes. It has a very pink tone when looking directly at it. And this is a much sort of more subtle color than the lid shade, obviously, but it still does have its own little magic to it. I'm going to put this a little bit on the brow bone as well. Make that really shine. Okay, so we've got the King of Darkness represented on our eyelids. Now I want to make my skin glow like the Queen of Light. So I'm just going to take my Pretty Fresh. I just mix these to get my proper color. And I'm going to put my Glow Lust in with them. So just a little bit of the darker color, a little bit of the winter color, and then I'm going to take my Auric Glow Lust and Selenite and just do not even like half a pump in with that. And then I'm just going to sort of mix it up on my hand here, get those all incorporated, and then just dot it on the skin. So I'm going to rub it in with my fingers first. I hope they're clean. Yeah, I washed my hands. Okay. I washed after swatching. Thank goodness. So I like to use my hands just to like get it spread over my face. But then for the final blend, I like to go in with a wet sponge and just sort of pat a lot. Just get rid of any streaks or any uneven coverage. Just all the way up here into the hairline, under the eyes. And I do go basically right up under there. Not enough to mess up the color, but enough to cover everything else. Okay, now I'm going to take my favorite Sustain Complexion pencil in Fair 1 and just use this as under eye concealing just to even out the skin tone there. And I think everything else is pretty okay looking. Maybe a little bit on my nose, just it got a little bit of redness, but otherwise I think that's pretty good. And then I will just blend this out with my fingers because it blends out so well. Okay, now some blush. I want to go along with the multi-colored thing. I'm going to use 2 of my blushes. I'm going to use 2 of my Quo Featherweight blushes. I'm going to use Angelic and Saint. So Angelic is going to go more towards the apple of my cheek. Just a very little bit needed. Just going to smush that between my fingers and then just sort of put it right here. And then just a little bit of Saint, even less because this is a much deeper color. Just a little bit. And again, smush it between my fingers and then just up for sort of further up the cheekbone here. And I'm going to take my trusty blending brush, which could probably use a little bit of a wash, honestly. There's probably a million blush colors in here. And I'm just going to blend it out. I really love these Quo blushes. As many other formulas as I've tried since I first got these are still one of my favorites. They're just so nice and easy to work with. Okay, so that's for blush. Again, I think I want to be a little bit more glowy, so I'm going to use actual highlighter today. I'm taking my Artist Couture Purple Dream. This is also multi-chromatic. It has a sort of peachy with a purple reflect, which is perfect for this. I'm just going to take a little highlighting brush, and I'm just going in very, very lightly on this, like tapping it off. And just on the tops of the cheekbones, just patting it on there. I really like this highlighter. For mascara, I'm going to use my Lily Lashes Triple X Mascara. I'll probably do this off camera. So lastly, lipstick, and I want to go with something fairly chill since the eyes are a lot. I'm going to use the Colored Rain Meishy Rain lipstick. This is a nice sort of neutrally mauve color. And then I'm going to top it with a bit of a gloss, but just a really light, you know, not too different from the color of my lips. Okay, and then to top that off, I'm going to go in with Pat McGrath. This is the Divine Rose Lust Gloss. Just a little mini that I got since everything Pat McGrath is so expensive. I got this on sale. So just gonna top that with this nice shimmery rose color. Okay, I think that is the final look. Is Lily around? Oh, I don't think you can see her right now, but she is on the bed behind me. I'm just going to try a couple different lights here just to show you the final look of this eyeshadow to see if you can really get that shift seeing. So let me try it without the ring light now. So that's without the ring light. So it looks definitely more sort of blue, I guess. And then if we get some color, we get some light coming from the other side. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, I use my iPhone light. You can see it sort of shifting as the light hits it in different ways. So yeah, I'm so happy I bought these. I had been waiting because they're pretty expensive. These kinds of multi-chromatic pigments are actually quite pricey for the makers, which of course the cost is then passed along to the customers. But yeah, I love this. And now I'm going to go film another video. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you will check out the review when it goes up. It might go up before this. So thank you all. I will see you next time.